Alright, so welcome to part 5 of my career mode in the Breaking Point storyline. So we're here in Azerbaijan on the Baku street circuit. So it qualified way down in 20th because, again, the Baku street circuit's a power track, so and my car, as you know, just doesn't have the speed that all the other guys have. And I had to trim out the car completely, so there's very low downforce on it so I could keep up with the guys in front of me, and plus I have worn out equipment.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
From the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel and Perez, Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc and Yuki Tsunoda, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll and Norris. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher, Russell, Bird, Latifi and Louis Delatraz. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay, I'm happy with this strategy. Alright. And it's lights out and away we go. Ah, jeez, Mick just had to slam the door on me there. And of course, I had to get pinched into the barriers. Thanks a lot. Dang Alfa Romeo. Had such a run and he just pinched me down into the barriers there. I had nowhere to go. And you know I'm not going to take a DNF, that's for darn sure. So I refuse to get a DNF.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
Cleared Mick, so that's good. We're on both Haas cars. Real battle? Whoa, real battle going on. Looks like Raikkonen might have clipped the barriers there. Should definitely sneak around him because he might have damage to his car.
approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. Some information on Latifi. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
The thing is Nicholas Latifi's behind us. He's behind me.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.3 seconds. Gap to teammate behind is 7.7 seconds.
I know Mick's probably going to get around me, so I won't put up a fight. I'll just let him pass, since I know that the Haas is a much faster car. So I'll just let Michael's son go, because he's quicker than me.
Let's box this lap.
Good, clear of any traffic. I just really hope Lewis doesn't... Oh, crap! Oh, my goodness. I had to be careful of... Oh. I had to be really careful of Lewis there because he literally... I want to go over here as I'm going to be pitting this time by, so I'm just trying to look for the sign. It's hard to see the sign because I can't really see the entrance to the pits there, because it's... The entrance to the pits is so hard to see because of the shade.
Go. Exit now.
2.1.
We're racing on the exit. Complete. Go now. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
I definitely know that the engine's starting to get worn down. I know I'm going to be taking quite a few grid penalties in the first season because I know that the equipment isn't going to last for quite a while. I also have to be careful as these medium tires don't have as much grip as the soft tires do, so...
Louis is coming in for his stop. Our gap to the car in front is 5.5 seconds. The gap to the car behind is 2.1 seconds. We're leading our teammate by 11.3 seconds. is 14.6 seconds.
Oh, way to cut me off, Mick.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Save the car though. That's the thing, when it gets over the curbs, the car just gets so upset over the bumps. I know that Mick's probably gonna get around me, so I did not want to go over the curbs there, and I know Mick's gonna get a run. I know that for sure. So I'll just let him pass because I know he's gonna. I know that he's gonna have a run. I know that for sure. I'll just let him go. And Raikkonen's probably gonna get a run too. So.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
But also, really, just have to take care of my equipment now. So I wasn't sure if I had it in first or not.
Gap to car in front is 2.1 seconds.
Yeah, I'm looking at the engine and it's definitely getting worn, I know that. See how the most of the car's doing. Just let the Iceman pass me.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Maybe I might be able to re-overtake Raikkonen because he doesn't have DRS. Didn't want to touch him.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
Raikkonen's outside of the DRS detection zone, so thankfully he won't get DRS on me.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.3 seconds. The car ahead is 3 seconds up on you.
Yeah, I know. Don't need to remind me. Besides, there's gonna be no way I'm gonna catch Mick, so...
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, Kimmy should definitely be outside of DRS range, so he won't be getting DRS on me. George, though, should be able to get DRS on Kimmy. Last lap.
This is your final lap of the race.
Valtteri Bottas gets the win. That makes everybody happy. Yeah, Kimmy's outside DRS range, so I think I should be able to hold him off. Finishing 17th. Alright, checkers. P17.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
It's never an easy race here in Azerbaijan. There's drama around every corner, but they've come through to take a brilliant win here today. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. And after this round of the World Championship, Here's how things look in the drivers' table. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I think for driver of the day, I'd probably pick Lando Norris. He lived up to every inch of his reputation today, and I think he'll be going home, quite rightly, a bit proud of himself.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Yeah, Louis down in 21st. So yeah, pull ahead in the rivalry. And then I get the bonus from my sponsor. Meanwhile, back at team headquarters, let's see what new stuff there is to do over there. I guess I didn't pass, huh? Okay. Well, let's do it again. At least then they'll get to work on it, so yeah. Okay. Let's see what else I can upgrade. I definitely would want to consider upgrading the MGUH. I know that for sure. And then could also try to do the rear. Yeah. So yeah, gotta wait till the front wing flap is done. Yeah, the engine's definitely getting worn, so I might want to just run a new engine for the next race in Canada, or I can just run this engine but just not have a lot of power. In either case, the Canadian Grand Prix canceled in real life. There's a bunch of tight turns. So either way, let's go ahead and invest in the facilities, see what I can improve. But yeah, I should definitely increase resource point generation on everything. So let me just start with I'll start with the chassis. Then I'll do aerodynamics and powertrain to try to get resource point generation. So that'll really help, especially with development. So, and then, okay. Yeah, I still have enough time left on the distort. Alright, so yeah, let's go to activities. I'll definitely do the experience. Definitely do simulator training with Louis to help him out. Alright, let's go ahead and advance the time.
We had a major issue on the production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for this weekend has failed. Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
Alright, what happened? Yeah, I pretty much have already done the development already. That was probably for the chassis. Those the upgrade, one chassis upgrade. So yeah, the central under tray, which failed, and then so yeah, won't really be able to build anything else in a way. So okay. Well, in either case, so yeah, well, in either case, there's not really much of anything I can do. But so yeah, on the next episode, I'll be doing the Canadian Grand Prix. So yeah, now let's do the next chapter of the Breaking Point storyline. Yeah, and online services don't really seem to be working, and I have no idea why. I get internet, but my internet's working, but for some odd reason the services just don't want to work. I don't know. Guess EA must be doing maintenance, I guess, to the servers, so I'll have to try again another day. So either way, let's go ahead and do the next chapter of the Breaking Point storyline. Yep, The Adventures of Aiden Jackson. So yeah, and I've already seen all that, so let's go ahead and hop into the next chapter in the Italian Grand Prix. Good old Monza.
I'm not sure if it's something to do with the energy storage. I'm losing power on the straights.
Right. And you said the acceleration was okay? I'll take a look at it.
And how are we today, chaps? Everything running smoothly, I hope.
All right, Brian. Yeah, we're just going through a few last-minute tweaks.
Ah, that's what I like to see. With dedication like that, maybe you'll be able to get us back a few more of those points, eh?
Yeah, I'll try.
Actually, Aiden, I'm glad I've caught up with you. Thought you might like to know. I had a call this morning from Mattia Binotto. Mentioned you directly.
Oh.
I think they're sniffing around for next season. You're being watched.
So, no pressure then?
So, what's the problem with the car?
I'm losing power on the straights. It's not a massive issue. I'm sure we can deal with it.
Yeah, theoretically, do we have time to install the Spec 2 unit before the race?
Yes, boss.
And Casper's reporting no problems?
No.
Okay, let's do it. Put the Spec 2 in Aiden's, would you?
Well, that would sort it. I mean, if you're sure.
Of course. You could do with a little boost. A little boost. Besides, anything for our star driver. Casper, how are you today? Feeling good about the race?
So yeah, Carlos Sainz is with Ferrari. As you know, that's what happened last year, and he left McLaren to go to Ferrari.
Ryan.
Hey, I'm glad I've called you. Listen, don't worry about Casper.
Let me stop you there. Brian, Casper's the furthest thing from my mind right now. I've got a race to focus on.
Good man. In the garage just now, that was my fault. I know how he can be.
What, childish? Self-centered? I'm sick of it, Brian. He's been on my case ever since I joined the team. He needs to grow up.
Okay. You just leave Casper to me and get your head in the race. Let's put that new power unit to good use, eh?
Sure thing, Brian. See you on the other side.
Yeah, the chicanes, the Variante Rettifilio. Yeah, you gotta be careful there. Alright, let's go ahead and head to the race. Race day in Italy.
Welcome to Monza, where the crowd are ready for today's action. And we hope you're ready to see the world's best drivers fighting it out for that #1 spot. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. Here we are then, Monza, the 90th time this event has been held. So a special year for F1 fans, particularly the Italians, who are rightly proud of this event and its heritage.
Yeah, it always feels a bit special here, doesn't it, Crofty? Hamilton holds the joint record with Schumacher for number of wins here at 5 apiece, but could snatch it outright today with a 6.
Nearly 100 years of history here, so let's see what this year holds in store for the Italian Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Ackermann, Carlos Sainz, and Perez, Norris, Ricciardo, Stroll, and Alexander Albon, Ocon, Leclerc, George Russell, and Butler, Vettel, Kvyat, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Aiden Jackson. Gasly and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Right, let's see if we can squeeze some performance out of this new power unit. Good luck out there today.
Okay, I'll go with this strategy. And it's lights out and away we go. I'm so used to Crofty saying that. Oh my. I gotta be really careful. Not a lot of room. Side by side with George Russell. Didn't want him to try to send it going into the corner. Most neglected corner at Monza, Curva del Sereglio. Nobody even talks about that corner, sadly. And that's arguably, from my knowledge, the only part of the of Monza that's remained unchanged. Yeah, I hit the curbs there. But yeah, I don't know why people always forget about Curva del Sereglio. That place has been relatively unchanged ever since the track's building, so yeah, I had to restart because I got on the curbs too much there. And it's lights out, and away we go in Italy. And it's gonna be a real log jam. And I can't stop at all. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful, but the problem is there's not a lot of room. Alright. Looks like the wing's okay. See, I can sneak by Seb. Power to get around George.
Good job, nice overtake.
I really hope he does not come back up, though, in front of me. And, of course, he had to create a wall to stop me from getting around him. Overtake him on the outside. Now I gotta get around the D-bag, Devon. If you're wondering why I said D-bag, is because if any of you remember playing F1 2019, he was basically the guy who literally caused you nightmares. Casper's all the way up in 4th.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
That's good. Thank you. Close behind somebody, all that downforce gets taken away. I have to be really, really careful. I'm gonna need to definitely overtake Ocon. I know that for sure, as I know he's just gonna be a thorn in my side. Oh, dang it. I gotta try again. A little too aggressive there on the throttle. But again, it's the only way I'm going to be able to keep up with these guys and complete the objective. I got to get around Leclerc, I know that for sure. He better not block me going into the corner.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Gotta try to be careful around Sergio.
Casper should be within reach soon, Aiden. You are free to race.
Trying to be careful of Sergio there. Trying to leave him enough room. Problem is, he's hitting my one.
Brilliant. Nice move. You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Had to sneak by Lando there.
We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap.
Albon slipped a bit there coming out of the Scary chicane. Again, maybe able to sneak by him. Yep, snuck around him. But I'm gonna need to stop though to come into the pits. Yeah, I gotta pit this lap.
Release.
Dang, that cost me a bit of time.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
And I haven't used my overtake button to get a bit of a launch out of, get a bit more power out of the corners.
Casper is in the pits. Casper in the pits.
Boost the power. So now I'm probably going to be
5 laps of fuel remaining. Our gap to the car in front is 7.5 seconds.
Carlos is gonna get a run on me coming down the straightaway, but so hopefully he doesn't try dive bombing me into the corner. This is your final lap. Final lap of the race. Gap to teammate behind is 3.1 seconds. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. The gap to the car ahead is 8.3 seconds. Should hold off Carlos for 4th. Get Aiden lots of points.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Well, 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 quite the rivalry forming between the rookie Aiden Jackson and his veteran teammate Casper Ackerman.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of when Hamilton signed for McLaren back in 2007. And we all know how that one ended. Alonso returned to Renault pretty much the moment the season wrapped up.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
good day today. Let's have your take on it.
So it's a decent result for you today with a finish in the points. How are you feeling, Aiden?
Yeah, it's a good result, but let's be honest, it still could have been better. Granted, these are some solid points for the team. I just feel there's a big room for improvement.
A big talking point, irrespective of today's results, is how you've improved overall throughout the season. What would you say to that?
I couldn't do without the support of the team. They've been incredible. I'm feeling looked after, and I couldn't ask for more. So any improvements are thanks to them.
It's funny you should mention the team as a whole. Can you give us an update? How is the current relationship between you and Casper Ackerman?
Look, driver relationships are always going to be tricky. Individually, you're always pushing yourselves, and that can cause friction. I can't let anything like that worry me. Besides, we're fine.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Yeah, I just don't want to cause, I guess you could say, extreme tension. The Mexican Grand Prix. And I'll be doing the next chapter in the next episode. The Olympics, yeah, it's not getting a lot of views.
Mom?
Aiden, I'm here.
Oh, good. After that flight delay, I was starting to get concerned.
Don't worry. Everything's fine.
And they're looking after you?
Better than at Silverstone.
Good, because you were my lucky charm there, Mum. And I'm hoping you do the same here.
I'll try, love. Now just do what you do, and everything will be great.
I know. Mirror signal maneuver.
And always stick to the speed limit.
I'll try.
Have a great race, Aiden. I'll see you after.
I'm so pleased you're here, Mum. This one's for you, eh?
New tweets. And I don't really use Twitter, even though I don't use Twitter anymore, and thank goodness I don't. Alright. See what the attachment is. We have Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico. Alright. So either way, I'll be doing the next episode of the Breaking Point storyline in the next stream. So either way, thanks for watching. And I know I usually hate having to restart the events or having to use flashbacks, but it's really time consuming having to constantly start the race over again, especially if something happens and it isn't your fault. I'm not a robot, I'm human after all. We all make mistakes, so. So yeah, it's gonna be like that. Server's still not working. Alright, either way, again, thanks for watching, and I'll be back another day with the next episode. See you guys later. Bye!